Well, in a little bit of a dilemma, guys. My daily driver, my 1998 Acura, is kaput. Well, not completely dead, but she's getting close to being dead. She's starting to nickel and dime me all the time, and I need to find a new daily driver. So I'm thinking about taking the old Acura over CarMax, see what I can find out there. If not, try to sell it online, and then take that cash and see about what I can find to daily drive, and maybe add something new to the channel to work on or not work on, because she's a daily driver. Aha, aha. So let's go take a look at the Acura. Let's see how much she's worth, and we'll go forward. Eesh. All right, so this was the daily driver for the last 3 years. About 50,000 miles on her. She's a 3.5 V6, which is the same V6, basically the bottom end on the Acura NXS. So we do have some fender damage, which was here when I bought it. Oh yeah, have not washed the car in 2 years. So since the pandemic, so there's a little bit of fender damage there. Pull back on this. Well, it's just a dirty car. She's a dirty girl. Side here. The rims are off of a TL. So you can see that right there. So all around. And she does have a sunroof. Give you a faraway shot here. Let's go find out how much CarMax will give us for the old Acura 98 with 223,000 miles. She's a little rough, let me tell you that right now, but let's see how much they give it for us. Let's go. All right, so we're here at CarMax. When I told the guy I have a 98 Acura, he kind of looked at me funny. So we'll see how much we get. We're waiting probably 30 minutes, he said, for evaluation. I would look at my car and go, 5 minutes, $200. So we'll keep walking around until we find out. All right, so we got our appraisal, $300. $300 for the Acura. What do you think? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Should I sell the Acura for $300, or should I try to sell it for $500? Who knows? But where will we do next? Well, I could not accept $300 for the Acura over at CarMax, so I decided to sell it on my own, and I put some pictures up on a Facebook Marketplace a few days before Christmas, and I got $700 in cash. So no more Acura. So I need a new daily driver, and I really like those 2010-ish Lexus SC 430s with the little contractible hardtop, which is a convertible when you want it to be, and then it's a coupe when you want it to be. But those damn things are going for like 25 to 30 grand, and I just don't want to drop that on a daily driver. So what am I going to do? I've driven an Acura for 10 years. I'm super spoiled by luxury stuff like heated leather seats and comfort and power and everything else. I've had a Toyota Camry. Of course, I've daily driven Porsches before. Hell, I've had 13 Porsches. And I haven't daily drove the 986 Boxster, that 2001 Boxster S that I had on the channel, which started this whole channel. Daily drove that for probably several months after I got everything sorted out. But I need a new daily driver, a dependable daily driver, something that maybe I don't have to wrench on so much, or not. But it is what it is. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna buy, and I think I know what I'm gonna buy. And I'm about to show you, and it may just start something new for the YouTube channel. So let's take a moment and take a look and see what we have. Well, I kind of wanted a Porsche, but the wife was like, no, you need something a little bit more reliable. And yeah, Porsches at times cannot be reliable. So what did I end up with? I bought another Pontiac. Yeah, I'm not a Firebird. I mean, I'm a Firebird guy now, but in the past, I've always been a Porsche guy, always been an Acura guy. But now I've found myself with a new Pontiac in the driveway. It's going to be my daily driver. And it's pretty well put together for what it is and its mileage. So we won't have a ton of projects, I hope, but when we do, I'll let you guys know about it. So let me introduce you to the new daily driver, the Pontiac G6. This is essentially a 2009 Pontiac Grand Am. I had my first Pontiac Grand Am in 1991, 92. It was actually the first car I ever bought on my own from a bank, and it was a 1987 Pontiac Grand Am two-door sport coupe. This is essentially the 6th generation of the Pontiac Grand Am. First generation was in the early 70s. Then they skipped a few years, came out with a new body design in the end of the 70s, early 80s. Then took it away, brought it back like an 85 for the 3rd gen, which is what I had, which was that 87 Grand Am coupe. And then they did a 4th gen in the I think it was like 2002 or something, and then they came out with the 5th gen towards the end of the 2000s, and then this came out being the G6 when they went with a whole new naming scheme. Now my example here is a 2009. 2010 was the last year, and they only made like 8,000 2010s. So, and this was the full production. This was the least produced years. 05, 6, and 7 were the most produced years. Give you kind of a look here. So mine has 67,000 original miles on it. Pretty much clean Carfax on it. Excellent shape. I bought it from a gentleman who lived in a retirement community. He's probably about 65, 68, somewhere in there. And him and the wife were down to one vehicle, and they decided they were going to just get rid of this one and sell it. So I picked it up for a song, which I can't believe still that the deal that I did get for it, hopefully it's going to be an all right car. It is the 3.5 liter V6. It does have the 4-speed automatic transmission in it, and you can see very well taken care of car. It looked like either the dealer or a shop did most of the work on this. Now it did go through several owners, which made me kind of concerned, but for the most part, everything I see in here is looking good. It does not have the electronic steering, so it does have a actual power steering pump on there. So it's traditional power steering, which I read can be troublesome with which is only on the 4-cylinder cars. So let's take a look inside. Now you guys know all 3 of our kids are moved out of the house. So when I noticed that there's not a bench seat back here, but 2 buckets, we were a little concerned, but then we thought, no kids. And of course, there's a little leg room, as you can tell, in those back seats, but they are there, and they don't fold down. There's not even a center, there's no pass-through, which was kind of a pain, but again, we have a pickup truck for that. So for a daily driver, you know, that's pretty cool. No rips, no tears. There's our driver's seat, just discoloring right there, right in here, a little bit there, but nothing, no rips, no tears anywhere else. So first thing is heated leather seats. I need that. I know in Phoenix, Arizona, it doesn't get cold enough, but I like it, you know. And there's your dashboard. Factory stereo, the 4-speed automatic in there. It does have that auto shift, kind of like Porsche does, where you can pretend you're driving a stick when you're really not. But as you can see, overall, a very clean car. No cracks in the dash or anything. You know, well-maintained car. I think this was pretty much garage kept most of its life while it was here in Arizona and elsewhere. Kind of cool, huh? So that is my 2009 Pontiac G6, or a 6th generation Grand Am. So kind of went back and picked up another Grand Am, another Pontiac for me to daily drive. But here's the one cool thing, is why I picked this car. If you remember, I said I wanted a Lexus SC430 because it was a coupe, but you could push a button and it became a convertible. That's what attracted me to this car. Not that it was a Pontiac, not because I'm working on the Firebird for the YouTube channel, but because it had the retractable hardtop for about a third of the cost of a Lexus. Granted, it's not a Lexus and it's not Toyota quality, and hopefully, knock on wood, this car is not going to give me a bunch of trouble with only 67,000 miles on the odometer. And I've seen other Pontiac G6s going with like 150, 200,000 miles on them. So I'm pretty confident just maintenance and and upkeep on it will do its jobs. So let me show you now what attracted me to this particular car and its hardtop. It takes a minute. Kind of cool. It's about 30 seconds before it's completely doing its thing. And then it will tell you that it's completed. So this is my new Pontiac G6 convertible, and hopefully we won't do too many videos on fixing this, but if we need to, there's a ton of these G6s out there in normal coupe and four-door sedans. Almost 700,000, like 650,000 were produced from 2005 to 2010. So there's a ton out there, and so far they're a great car. It's not a Lexus, it's not an Acura, it's not a Porsche. But I think for a daily driver to get me to the day job back and forth, I think it's going to work. And I get to have another Pontiac in the driveway, so maybe I need to change some things. But, and just in case, let's start a little brotherhood of sorts, a collaboration, if you will, of people with G6s. So check out my new t-shirt for G6 owners. Click and buy that, and I'm eventually going to have a full buyer's guide to one of these cars in case you want to grab yourself one of these convertibles or a normal G6. I'll be doing a follow-up video on that. So, all right, that's it for this one, guys. Hopefully next week we'll have more Firebird stuff, front suspension going back in, and a few other more details. So buy a shirt over there if you're a G6 owner or thinking about becoming a G6 owner. Welcome to the brotherhood. So, all right, guys, thanks.